Hey everybody, this is a day late and a dollar short, but I'm hoping I can make up for it in 360. All right, so today's video is all about demoing the game in 360. You're looking at it in YouTube's 360 view, which means you can right click inside of your window and you can look around. Now, when you look around, you're not going to see what I see, you're going to see what you see, and you can see my hands. They're over here by the table, moving around a little bit. And yeah, just go ahead and explore as I talk, which is pretty cool. So the first thing we're going to look at, we're going to take a look at this table here. These sort of free assets that I had picked up at one point in time, the wand and the wand pack and the orbs and stuff. This is getting replaced next week probably. So they've been our friends for now, and I love them, but they're pretty simple assets. So those are definitely going away. The one new addition, of course, which is I think going to stay, is this really cool potion pack. Unity, the game development software that I'm using to create this, had a sale last week, and one of the things on sale was this potion pack where you can basically make potions. And so I was like, oh, this is really cool for this game. We definitely have to have potions, like not just potions, but potions that you can see and it has liquid. One of the things I'd like to add to the game is actually like a concept of alchemy, where I can take these two potions and mix them together. And by mixing them together, my potion would then be like half health, half mana potion. And I can customize it for my own needs. Yeah, so I got this laser pointer here. It's not working yet. The idea is that we'll be able to turn the laser pointer on and off, and then interact. So if I'm over here looking at it, and you of course may not be looking at what I'm looking at, go ahead and flip your camera around and take a look at the auction house, the sort of demo auction house. It's the one on the wall with the little arch around it. So this here is like sort of our fake auction house, and this is the laser pointer I was telling you about. We'll be able to interact using the laser pointer. I tried coming up with ideas to not use a laser pointer to interact with the environment. However, I think that was probably, I don't want to say misguided, but just unnecessary. The laser pointer is just really handy when it comes to interacting with things, especially when it's out of your VR's reach. Okay. Still got our leaderboard. It hasn't changed. A few things have changed out in the game, and we're not actually going to leave this room for this demo. I think the camera works when I leave the room, but I really don't want to test it because it's really not all that important, because the stuff I changed outside is not all that much. The big thing I did this weekend, and so when flip your camera around so you're looking at the table again so you can see my left hand. See, I changed the mana and health bars to be a little bit bigger. That's based on some feedback people have given me. I don't really like them there. Before, when we had the orb, so we pick up the orb and we hold the orb for 3 seconds and it locks in place. It looks better in that view, but with your hand there, I don't know if it really works. So I'm going to play around with some different UI changes there, but we'll see. But I made it bigger. It definitely is easier to see how much health and how much mana you have now that they're bigger. But we'll kind of see how that plays out. The big change is, and I'm super excited to show you, on the left hand, I'm going to hit my button here. There's a radial D-pad, and when I touch it, it brings up a menu. And this menu is how I think we're going to interact with selecting your elements. So you see here I can select a life and wind, and so now when I go to combat, so I'm sort of out of combat now, if you think about it that way, and I go into combat, then those will be the 2 elements I have to choose from. So again, when I'm out of combat, I can sort of select between all of the elements that I've earned. And if you remember some of our other videos we talked about, I'd like this to be sort of the Mega Man-esque. You earn the elements or the special abilities as you defeat the single-player campaign. So you'll start off with just Arcane. It'll be the only element available to you. And then you would earn, by completing the single-player campaign, the other elements. But this is, of course, in development, so we're showing all the elements earned here. And so I would go through and I would select the 2 that I wanted to bring to battle with me, and then now I have fire and life, and maybe I want to choose Arcane instead. So if we look up in the air, I'm going to fire some shots up in the air. I'm going to fire some arcane shots up in the air. So I've selected arcane. I go back to my hand. I'm going to go select, let's say, light, and then fire off some light shots. And so that's sort of like that's really the big change this week. And this was once I figured out what I was doing. Didn't take that long to do. However, figuring out what I wanted to do for this UI, it took some time. So that was pretty much the weekend. And that's really the changes for this week in Wizard Arena. Last, but certainly not least, the biggest change for Wizard Arena is we are now accepted and finalized on the Steam store. I haven't published the Steam page yet because I'm still working on graphics and stuff, but very, very soon I will be able to put beta copies of this onto Steam. So if you have a headset, you can play the game too in a beta mode. So that's it, and thanks for listening, and take care. Enjoy the 360 video.